This is about a recent most visit to Konark, the Digvijay rath. That is the map that depicts how things were done, how it was built. We eager tourists, we have been to Konark many a times, but every time we go, we see more of its grandeur. We experience more of its richness, elegance, splendor. And this is a perfect beacon of what India was as a developed nation since centuries ahead. This is the Nath Mandir, which is in front of the main mandir, which is the Digvijay Rath. Actually, there are other accompanying areas. For example, this used to be the mandir's kitchen where the offerings were cooked. Eager tourists everywhere. We ourselves, this is our fourth visit, and yet this elegant piece of grandeur calls us to experience its richness again. Look at the smiles. So even in the small sculptures, you see the intricacy, you see the detailing that has been there. Every corner of this Nath Mandir also shares a view of the temple and its importance. Throughout the temple and the structures, you'll find pieces of history or pieces of people's lifestyles that have been captured here. What we just now saw was the main dwar, which is the Singha Dwar. There is a sculpture here which has the elephant, the horse together, and those who have seen my home will find this sculpture there. It has been decorated and colored by me now. From the corner, every corner, you see, though there is a lot of erosion, a lot of corrosion, yet it signifies India's richness in tradition back in history. So we were never developing, we were always developed. But yes, we did not maintain our developed status. This is a typical restoration bit that is happening to keep this history alive. Every wheel depicts a part of lifestyle. This depicts entertainment, and while intricately, if you see in the middle of the wheel, that shows how execution is being done, how sinners were executed, where the elephants trampled on them. Many of these wheels have eroded, and hence many of the sculptures are not seen. So this is one of those wheels which has still some part of its restoration complete, and also the originality of the sculptures still exists. As you see, this is again a beggar on the streets. Now look at that, in that small, probably 6 inches rectangle, you would find so much of detailing. Soon you will see Sheshnag, Vishnu, yes, and Lakshmi there. As I said, every part of the temple depicts history and mythological fables that Indians have grown up with. The smile. Imagine somebody sculpting the whole thing with the detailing of the smile, of the snake's eyes. I wonder how talented those artisans would have been. Every time you see this historical splendor, you have such questions, such astonishing revelations within yourself. You have Prahlad, you have Narasimha everywhere around. As you see, many of the sculptures, they are lacking parts of their torso. That's because those are the parts that have eroded out. And though restoration was tried, but it was not always possible. And hence you see these divided portions of the wheels, right? Sometimes you may not need to even speak about it. The art speaks for itself. The grandeur speaks for itself. This is a typical king's procession, probably going to conquer some place or going to a marriage party. God knows, but he is carrying everything, his livelihood with him, his cooks, his artillery, his infantry, his elephants' infantry, his. This is a battle scene, I presume, and this showed that, the kind of infantry that the kings had and how the elephants were trained to kill. A typical Radha Krishna depiction here. These are all battle-oriented sculptures on this wheel. These are horsemen, if you see. This is what I was saying. Probably when I was young and during school when I went there, probably I would have seen more of these sculptures, which have now further eroded. But in those days we didn't have mobile phones to capture such privileges, such grandeur, such historical splendor that is there in our country. If you go near, you might even find their eyes, their ears, their smiles. So it's that well done, I would say. We will soon come to a portion where we'll see again the king's men, and this is how sinners were executed, or in the battlefield how opponents were executed. Splendid indeed. That's all I could say. Sheshnag, this is another part of another wheel. As I'm moving around, I'm doing a parikrama of the Sun Temple or Digvijay Rath. Nartakis with the dholaks, or dancers with their dholaks. Again, this is the entertainment part of the kings and the queens, the Digvijay Rath as you see it, the main temple of Konark. Every dwar, the east, west, south and north, has a guardian angel who looks after the temple. Of course, I am not that well aware, but it seems each one of them have a meaning why they have been placed there, and they are there based on the stars and the times and the galaxial. That's Vishnu and Lakshmi together. That's a garland, probably a gold necklace that this goddess has been wearing. Look at her smile, the naughty smile. This is sun gods, Surya Devta's statue. There were about 5 of them, but this is the only one that still exists in full. These are the court jesters who are there. Look at their masks, look at their smiles. Look at her smiling while she is dancing there. Again, a killing that is happening of a sinner. The hands may have gone, the legs may have gone, but the smile still exists. This is a typical part where it shows the kitchen, and amazingly you'll even find that there's a mortar and pestle there. So that's how well they used to create these sculptures to keep it. That's Lakshmi being worshipped there. Happy travelers, we were contented, and it had got this convenience for elderlies, wheelchairs, so that we take our time, we don't get inconvenienced. A wonderful trip here